guys, and welcome back to Ashley Main Makes, and welcome to the Sunday Sewing Circle. So today I am going to be hopefully finishing off the Charm Artist Apron. We have a little bit of French seaming to go, just because I think we've hit the most interesting portion here. But then we're going to be working on construction of the bodice today. So hopefully, if you haven't joined us in the last episode, it'll still be pretty interesting because we're working on the bodice construction. I'm going to do a little bit of fun top stitching, which is my personal favorite. And so I'm very excited about getting going. Please, if you are joining us, please say hello and leave a comment down below and let me know if you are working on a project as well this evening. The whole point of these streams is to have a little fun, to work on some stuff, and hopefully, we can get some sewing time in together. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. I have everything set aside and ready to roll as people trickle in here. I'm just going to finish off sewing up this side seam. I have switched the camera, the screen here, and the lighting around a little bit, so let me know if you like this, if you think this looks a little better. I think it does. I think it's a little easier to see what's going on, so, but we're like a little bit more square, so, but yeah, I'm excited about it. And so we're going to get started. I'm going to try it with the light bulb on too on the sewing machine today, because I think with the little bit better lighting you can see now. But let me know if there's any issues at all. But yeah, I'm really excited. And then hopefully this will be the last stream of this project. And we can see a little bit more of the desk too, which is kind of nice. I think I am really a fan of this new setup. So, but yeah, please say hello. Oh, hey, Serena. Serena here on YouTube. She just hit over 100,000 subscribers this week, which is amazing. Hello, Cindy. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're loving this project. Yeah, I get that life got in the way this week. I'm in Texas here, and so we had this ice storm this week, so it's been a bit of a cluster. Serena, yeah, it looks brighter. Yeah, that's the plan. So I'm hoping this will be a little bit easier to see, a little bit more enjoyable to watch. So did a little bit of setup change here this week, because I realized I was putting, every time I was moving my sewing machine, I was putting it in front of the light, which obviously not great. So I'm just going to sew up this side seam as you guys are filtering in. Like I say, please let me know. Please say hello. I love to hear from you guys. Oh, I'm not even getting started in the right spot. Oh, jeez, what am I doing? Just watch me. First stitch of the day, messing. We're not swearing. We're not swearing. We're still on swear jar patrol, so. Still on swear jar patrol, trying desperately not to swear on stream or camera. So bear with me. It's been a week. All right, first stitch of the night, messed up. Let me just clip through this here. There we go. All right, well, let's try this again. This is why I always French seams, Ashley. 3/8, 2/8. 1/4 of an inch. We are doing 1/4 of an inch to kick off with here. So I sew the last of these French seams. 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Solid. And we're good. Okay. But yeah, I'm really happy to be back this week. I feel like we're talking about that. Last week I was talking about getting that 1% better every time. So I feel like I'm trying to do that. Oh man. All right. Not starting off on a good note. Don't get in my own head. We're just chilling. We're just chilling on a Sunday. Had a bit of a freak out today because our internet was down most of the day, so I'm probably guessing because of the storm, so I'm glad we were able to have a stream tonight. Looks like I already clipped through that for some reason. The other thing too, I always forget, but I always get asked. So this is very bright on camera. I feel like this orange dress, but this is a cashmere Concord hacked with a round neckline. It was inspired by the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She had on a dress like this in one of the episodes. So I made this one kind of inspired by that. It's a little bit on its last leg. This definitely wasn't the best material ever. Unfortunately. But poor material choice. But it matched exactly what she had, so I don't know. Bit of a mixed bag. I feel like hers was probably thicker than this one. This one's very stretchy. It's like a rayon. Oh, hello, Liv. Working on hemming a big skirt while you work on the apron dress. Yeah, that's a good plan. I was actually doing a little bit of hemming earlier myself. That's always sort of the slog. I always find hemming sort of the slog at the end. Because it's like, okay, I've done all the good part. Done all the fun part, but then it's like you get to the hemming and you're like, oh, and it's like usually with a skirt like that, you've like hung it up for it to hang, and I feel like once I let it hang, I've like lost all motivation. Sad but true. Nope, did I just like throw that at the ground? It's my fiance's worst fear, me throwing pins around everywhere. Alright. So now we're at the same point on both sides, so I'm just gonna flip over to do a little bit of ironing here so we can finish off the last of the French seams. You agree? Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like you power through, you get the dress done, and it's like hanging. You're like, cool. And that's like things leave there sitting to be hemmed for like a week, you know. Having a little tea here again too, so let me know if you've got like a fun beverage of choice this evening. Having a little chill. I feel like tea is necessary to these streams. I don't know. It's become a thing now. It's necessary anytime anyway. Let's be real. I'm like a tea fanatic, so. Oh. That feels good. You'd think with all the ice my allergies would have died down a bit, but no. I'm doing lots of talking when I normally don't talk at all, so. But, yeah, we're all set up here again. Got my little iron. I couldn't find that ironing mat we were talking about the other day. Someone will have to, like, leave a link for me. Because I was looking for it. I, like, don't think I had the right thing. Liv says, you're just ready to wear the dress. Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? It's like, you're just like, okay, I'm just done. I just want to wear the dress now. Oh, I missed a spot. You know, we're not starting off strong here. Yeah, you can see where it was a little uneven there. So this is the only problem with doing French seams. That's why sometimes it's nicer to do it on a bigger seam allowance. Like I was like, my pockets have a little bit of a stair step. So, shit happens. But, that's annoying. Okay, hold on. What dress is it, Liv, that you're hemming? I'm excited. I've been looking for some big skirted dresses lately. I feel like that's the vibe. Alright, where's the hole? Oh, jeez. Starting off strong. Here I thought we were all prepared. Hey, Lauren! Oh, hey, Psycho Cat. Nice to see you back. Hey, Lauren. Yeah, no worries, Lauren, if you can't stay long. We'll maybe chat after. I gotta talk to you about next week's stream. We're good. Okay. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's why sometimes it's nicer to have like a, you know, sew it at a 1/2 inch, trim everything down, sew it again. Do that sort of thing instead of trying to do 2/8 and 3/8. Just depends on what your preference is. I find the trimming kind of time consuming, so that's generally why I don't do that. Oh, not that big. Still working on the by hand London Hannah wrap dress. Yeah, that one's really nice, actually. I just helped a friend of mine with that one. We actually made both. I made my Rose Claire at the same time she made her first one. So that was a lot of fun. I actually have that pattern too, but I decided on making the Cashmere Rose Claire instead because I've, you know, probably wouldn't have mattered, but either or, very nice. Nothing compared to a circle skirt. Yeah, that's what I was hemming earlier, was the circle skirt from the other live stream. Finally getting around to hemming it. Oh, Psycho Cat says, I'm close to done with my corset and I starched the linen like you suggested. Thank you. Well, that's great. I'm glad that worked out for you. That's very impressive that you finished a corset. That's like a big feat of effort. One day I'm gonna do that. It's on the list. Probably not for a while, but it's on the list. Do some more like historical stuff. Because I have really enjoyed doing that lately. Alright. Alright, so meanwhile, back at trying to get this together, what I'm going to do is pull my side seam out here. Probably should have ironed it flat a bit, but yeah, que sera. Ooh. Have that really hot. Hold on. I was doing that hem earlier. It's a little hot still. Let's not completely singe my hands, preferably at the beginning of the stream. Whew, that was hot. Still needs boning and finishing, but feels so close. Yeah, that is really... Well, I mean, you've got it fitted and everything. I feel like that's the... You know, getting through all the fitting, all the cutting, you know, that's the hard part. I feel like I'm not one for cutting. I feel like that's my least favorite thing, probably, is the cutting out. If I had to pick my least favorite thing about sewing. I don't know. Do you guys have a least favorite thing? I feel like that's like controversial opinion, maybe. Alright. I know. Can you guys see? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So new setup's working pretty well. I think you guys can see pretty good. That's good. Makes this a little easier. Not having to like huddle on one corner of the desk. So all I'm doing, I'm not really explaining what I'm doing here, but all I'm doing is ironing it flat out. So that we can go around it again. And then everything will be on the inside. Oh, did I sew this the wrong way? How did I sew the other side? Oh no, guys, have I messed up already? This is what happens when I get distracted on stream. Do I care is the next question. That you can have the one stream. The one... Oh... Yep, I've messed up, guys, on both sides. Do I care if I have a French seam on the inside of my pocket? That's the true question. Whether I feel like unpicking this whole thing. For a French seam on the inside of my pocket. Maybe I just stitch it down? It's a good thing both sides are the same on both sides. Although I probably wouldn't have made this mistake in that case. So, doing as I say, not as I do. You can see here I've got this edge here. Maybe. I've got this edge here on my French seam. That should be on the inside. Oh, wait. Wait. So if I stitch around there... No, I'm good. I'm good. What am I saying? This is totally correct. Oh my god. You guys wanted live sewing. This is live sewing, man. No, we're good. We're solid. Because once I stitch around the edge, this is the inside. Okay. I am losing it. I used to hate ironing up until I actually doing it and learned the value. Yeah, and the unfortunate part, I did too, and then I realized about the ironing that it really makes the sewing much easier and much more enjoyable. So it sort of is like a net win. It's a hard thing to swallow though. I think even cutting out, I'm like, do I really have to iron the whole sheets before I cut out? Maybe just sew over it again. Pockets don't need to be a specific size. Yeah, turns out I'm right though, so I didn't actually screw up. I was just having a momentary heart attack, so... Sorry guys. Momentary heart attack, it's fine. Because this is the inside, and this stitch will be on the outside. So that we can flip it around. French seams brain, man. You can only get this kind of content live. Yeah... Lauren, you're correct on that. Everyone does this, right? When they're sewing French seams, it's not just me, where you're like... Like, I've done this a lot, contrary to what I'm making this look like. Like, I've done a lot of French seams. It's just like every time. Because you're having to work inside out and backward. So... Hi, Carol. Okay. Let's do one and then see if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure this is actually correct. I think I'm correct all the way along. They can be so mind-bending. It's exactly how I am with French seams every single time. I always have a tutorial open. Yeah. Here I am trying to be like, oh, I'm showing you guys how to do French seams, and... Alright, so that's correct as far as I know. This lip should be on the inside. I'm gonna just pin this too, so this is in the right place. And that I've got both... That I've got the edge lined up here inside the pocket. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so this is why that clipping that I did in this corner all the way up to this seam is important, so that you can try and, I don't know if you can see that, get rid of as much of this little bend as possible. So that's what the clip is helpful for. So let's do one. I know that's like switching back and forth. I'll need to get the ironing pad out again. I'll show you what I'm talking about and just verify that my brain is correct. What would we do without YouTube? Yeah, I know. They were just talking about that it's like kind of really like... It's longer than 10 years for YouTube, but they were just talking about how like 2013 was kind of the big year of people actually, you know, YouTube actually taking off, which is sort of interesting. So, alright, so I'm sewing at 3/8 this time. That's what we're doing. To enclose that 1/4 inch that I initially sewed. Nice part about that is it basically lines up with the edge of my foot, so that makes it a bit easier. The only thing here is getting this to walk over the... walk over this hill here. Alright, to the edge of my seam allowance. And spin. Lift and spin. All right, where are we at here? Still working with this new nipper. Okay. I think we got it. I think I'm not crazy. Slight amounts of concentration there. Alright. So... well, and I might also just run a stitch across here. Hold on. Just to base this pocket up. Well, I'll leave it for a minute. Ah, there we are. Yep. Okay, I was correct. So. So, we have our flappy bit here. That's our French seam for the pocket we did last stream. And then I sewed it together. And then flipped it inside out and sewed it again. All the way around. There's that little corner there. So you can see. So when I flip this out, the right side, a little bit of fuzz there. But there's the pocket opening. So really nice and smooth there. So I was correct. Ashley of last week was correct. We haven't messed anything up. So that is perfect. Just like that. So, capiche? I think I'm going to move to... maybe we'll circle back. Maybe I will start on construction for the bodice. And then we'll do the other side of the skirt at the end if we've got time. Just so that we're showing off like lots of different things today. So hopefully if you're working on a project like this, it's helpful. But yeah, so really satisfied with that. That'll be beautiful. And every seam is enclosed that way. And you get pockets, which are essential. Can't not have giant pockets, right? Although I've heard that's like also a controversial thing. Like I put pockets in absolutely everything. And I've heard a lot of people saying that they don't like having pockets in their garments. Because of either how it looks or how it feels or whatever. So I feel like it's like two very strong camps. Either like pro pocket, I put pockets in everything. Or negative pockets. Which, you know, to each his own, I guess. That's the beauty of sewing. I was surprised when I hear like, well, I probably wouldn't put the pockets in that. And I'm like, what? I'm not making something unless I can put pockets in it. Alright, so let's leave that aside for a minute. I'm going to do a little bit of fun top stitching here. But let me know if you guys have any questions too, considering this is like one of the last streams of this series. I know we talked a lot about like sewing books last week. I guess some people just like to suffer. Yeah, that's how I feel about it, Psycho Cat. Exactly. Alright, so I have, let's do my favorite part, which is top stitching. This is like my absolute favorite part of sewing, if I had to pick like one perfect thing. I would love to hear too, like honestly, like what's your favorite part of sewing? What's your least favorite part of sewing? It's like least favorite part for me is cutting, favorite part is top stitching. Especially straps. Straps are so satisfying. So this time, I don't know if we talked to... yeah, I think we did. These are totally interfaced, these straps, because I had some problems with the straps on my other one with them stretching and turning into little balls in the wash. So these ones are fully interfaced and they're going to be top stitched so that hopefully we don't have that problem, unlike the other apron I made. I'm like almost half in a mind to take those other straps off that other one, to be honest. But yeah, so all I'm going to do is run at 1/8 of an inch all the way around, the straps. These front straps don't need to have the ends stitched, just the sides. just leave this thing open. What am I doing? So satisfying. Oh no! I hope everyone wasn't having freezing issues. Looks like I'm okay on my end, so I think it is your end. I think it is your end, Pipia. I'm sorry, but hopefully you're good. Yeah, do let me know if I'm going out at all. Like I say, my internet was down here most of the day here because of the storm that we had here. So I did get some exceedingly cool pictures though. So next main channel video is gonna have some impressive photos that my fiance took that are very cool. So I'm very excited about showing you guys that. I was hoping to have it out on Friday, but with the storm, things got a bit sidetracked, considering everything. So I am working on the Charm Artist Apron. We're going to work on some bodice assembly here today. I was just doing some fun strap top stitching to soothe my soul. That's my favorite thing to sew. Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, hopefully I'll be constructing the bodice and we'll be going from there. But yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad everybody's back online. I did have that fear. Whoop. Something's up. Hold on. Side note. What's up with that? My sewing machine, I think I need to take it in to get serviced. It's not sounding very good. The bobbin casing's been acting really weird. Weird. It's been doing this thing where it hops out and flips, like it basically, like you'll hear it hopping and then it'll flip the wrong direction in the casing. Okay, I think we're good. I don't know why it's been doing that. I'll take it in to get serviced again. I asked him about it last time, but you know, this machine's as old as I am, literally, so. Alright. Oh, helps if you put the cover back on, eh? Let's try this again. Let me get some scrap out here. I always have some scrap kicking around just to be able to test if my machine's working when I rethread it. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Don't know what's up with that. Weird. Okay. Don't know what's up with that. Just keep an eye on it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was really hoping, I was concerned there for a hot minute we weren't going to be able to have a live today. That was going to be sad. We are good. I seem to have full bars, so that's good. Double check pressure foot is secure. Pressure shank was loose. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be... Yeah. I was doing that for a bit and then I tightened the shit out of it, but it seems to be good. I think it is something with the bobbin casing itself, just because I actually did take my whole bobbin casing apart earlier this afternoon and put it back together. Cleaned it all out, put it back together. So, I don't know. I have the 2 longest ones to go here, and then we're good, and then we'll start working on like main part of construction here. But yeah, how's everyone's evening going? Is everyone else doing like winter storm okay wise? It's like you'd think it almost never happened except for all the broken trees here. All right. Lift and spin. Go down. All right. Lining up the dots. Just trying not to be... Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by dots. Lining up the dots. Oh. Well, that's lovely. PPS says, today would have been my mom's 80th birthday. She learned to sew as a 4-year-old. Yeah. That's so sweet. Yeah. Well, just think of her, you know, maybe sew something for her. I think it's always good to work on the skill, you know, work on a skill that she like passed on to you. That's always nice. But I know that's hard, but Yeah, my Nana taught me how to sew, and she passed away many years ago now. And I always think about her when I work on stuff. Which originally was really hard to sew without her, but now it's kind of nice because it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like spending time with her in a weird way. This is her original sewing machine that I'm working on that I'm currently complaining about, but, Oh, Peepla, sorry, I didn't see that. I've got my chat a little far away from me here. Just so that it's out of the way and doesn't get bashed by anything as I'm wildly sewing. Knowing me, I would do that. Sometimes I'll do that where I walk it. If I'm like close but not sure how close, like I'll just walk it with my wheel here to get it into the exact place so it's at the right seam allowance. I used heat bonded, in this case, interfacing, Carol. Yeah, but I did use woven fusible, which is my favorite, which is a little bit of, it's kind of like a hybrid of both. So stitching it down should help too. Oh. You bought a sewing machine in her honor. Mostly hand sewed, she machine stitched, so she would sew and I would do the hems. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. It's nice to, I don't know, it's so nice to work on something that, I don't know, it's kind of bonding in a weird way. Psycho Cat, oddly pretty sure it was my dad who taught me the first sewing skill, how to sew a button when you were about 5. Well, that's awesome too. I feel like, I don't know. I was excited to see like Mimi G's new pattern line this week. Her Know Me patterns. She has a bunch of. She came out with a lot of men's patterns this time with some men's designers, which I thought was really cool. So that's something that's really lacking. They actually go up to a good size range, so I might even make some for Adam. We'll see. Kind of was excited to see something different for men's patterns. I feel like this sounds bad, but sewing men's stuff is so boring because it's like there's not really a lot of exciting patterns coming out for men, so it's nice to see something coming out for guys. I would say most of the patterns weren't really to my taste, like the new Mimi G Know Me patterns, like weren't really my thing, most of them, but yeah, I like some of the, it was nice to see some of the men's patterns coming out. It was nice to see some of the, the size range is a lot better on a lot of them, so a lot of them go up into the bigger size range. Not all, which is annoying. Like I know Gwen Stella Maid had one come out, which she's local here in Austin. And she just had a pattern come out with No Me pattern, so I was super excited for her. I was messaging her because she's in my sewing group. But yeah, I was super excited to see that come out, but her patterns don't go up to the bigger size range yet, so I know, I was a little disappointed on that not all of them go up, but I was nice to see some of them go up into plus size now, which was exciting, and some of the men's stuff was really exciting. Like, they go up to like I think it was like a 52 chest, 54 chest, something like that for men, which was fine. People do small projects but not your skill level yet. You know, it's all working at it. I don't even think I'm up to my Nana's skill level yet. She was actually, like, she went and took college classes in it, so she was a very good seamstress. She was fast too. I am not nearly as fast as she is, but I don't know, it's kind of nice to do something that I used to do with her. Go practice the stitches on my machine on a really busy quilt that'll hide the mistakes. Yeah, see, there you go. That's exactly it. You know, most things you can't really tell, like even the stop stitching that I was doing, like dark brown on brown, like I could have done this in a bright, like a different color, so it would have been more visible top stitching, but, you know, let's not. Then you won't see it. And if I'm a little off, it's fine. But you get a lot better at that with practice. I used to be terrible at that, like top stitching of any kind, because I didn't want anybody to see my stitching, but you get better. That's definitely a practice thing for sure. Working on top stitching. And like just stitching a straight line. That's all just practice, that working with your machine. Alright. So I have the bodice pieces out here, finally. So one thing that I thought was really smart on this pattern was she has you interface the kind of top part. I interfaced a little bit more just because I'm going to be doing a V-neck. That's the one hack I'm doing to this pattern, is making it a V-neck versus a square neck. So I've cut the lining to the square neck already, or V-neck, square neck, V-neck. Cut the lining to the V-neck already and marked my stitching line. Can we see that? I've marked my stitching line on there, so that I can see it. So that'll be basically, because so on the pattern she has you just draw in basically where this corner is for the strap, so you can get your strap in line, because that's the trickiest part of this pattern. So I just marked in the whole stitching line, including where the V-neck is, so I can do that. So I've interfaced, got like white threads all over everywhere. So I've interfaced along the top there, a little bit thicker than what she says, but I still think that's a nice feature. And then interfaced all down the side, which again is super smart. I've done this before on what would you call it? Slash pockets. I've done this before on slash pockets, where you interface it with a straight grain piece so that the bias can't stretch out. But I thought this was really smart to keep the bodice from stretching out as you're wearing it, to have that interfacing in there. So I thought it was like kind of some nice thoughtful details on that. So I thought I could just show you guys that, because I think you can incorporate this in a lot of places. I've been doing, you know, I have been interfacing every time I do slash pockets now, because that was in a pattern I saw. So it's like, as you pick stuff up, you know, it's nice to incorporate different techniques. So I'm just going to line up my wrap back here with my bodice side, following the curve. I already have my darts in here from last time when we did the original construction. knit fast, but on a sewing machine slow is my speed. You'll get there though. You'll get there. It's just like practice. And I'm not nearly that fast as, you know, I think I'm more... I follow a lot of the costuming people here on YouTube, and it's so funny. There's like... I feel like there's like the people that do garment sewing, they're like, look at the 17 garments I sewed this week. And then you have like the costumers that are like, I spent 125 hours on this one painstaking costume. Look at it. So, you know, everybody goes at their own speed, and YouTube's a weird place that makes it seem... I don't know. Makes it seem not like that, so just go at your own speed, like whatever you can get good results at, and you'll get some practice in and it'll be fine. But yeah, I always laugh about YouTube where it's like, I spent 127 hours hand embroidering this like thing, or that's like, I made 27 garments in 1 week, look at what I made. Like, there's no happy medium, it seems. It was one of those things that even sort of stopped me from doing YouTube initially, because I was like, I'm too slow to be on YouTube. But, you know, whatever. I think it's helpful. Like, I want to finish my seams. I want my garments to fit well. I don't want to make them just, like, out of the packet and not have them fit well. It'd be, like, wasting my time. So... I don't know, I think it's nice to have a happy medium somewhere where I'm finishing my seams and trying to make good garments that are interfaced and won't be junk that I'll wear for a while. You know, you find your own pace. It's like, you know, that Jenny Hassler from Punk Frocker, she's another one that sews, like, she said she sewed something like 200 garments last year, and I was like, oh my god. Oh, hi Samira. Working on your Cashmere Vernon shirt. Oh, that's awesome. I have not made that Cashmere pattern, actually. That's sort of surprising, but that is one that I've looked at making. I have got the Patsy blouse cut out, which is the charm version. You can tell I waffle between Cashmere and charm patterns, and that's purely because they have cup sizes, so... what kind of fabric is that for the mock-up? So this isn't my mock-up, actually. This is linen. This is actually 100% linen in a chocolate brown color, and it's from fabric-store.com. So this is also white linen of the same weight. Normally I probably wouldn't do that, but for this one, to kind of give it some weight and some reinforcement, I've done that. Oh, you like Lady Rebecca fashions? Yeah, I do too. Yeah, she makes things quite quickly. Well, yeah, too. And I don't think she works full-time either. Like, she's working part-time in theater, so she has a little bit more time too. That's always something to remember. I think a lot of people have more time as well. Oh, geez, Psycho Cat. One of my first big projects was Elizabethan stays that I decided to hand sew. Oh, you're braver than I am. I would not have the patience for that. I would lose my mind. You haven't tried Charm yet. Suppose they're next on your list. Yeah, I really like them. I mean, if you like Cashmere, Cashmere has most of the staples now at this point, so you can get go a long way with just Cashmere and some hacks at this point, for sure. Yeah, Lady Rebecca's cool. Yeah, no, exactly. 10 scarves for Christmas. Oh, geez. That's a lot. That's a lot. I bet people liked you at Christmas, though. Yeah, I do like watching a lot of the costumers. I'm pretty inspired by a lot of them, actually. I'm going to do a little bit more, like, history-bounding, sort of costumey stuff in the next little bit here. But, you know, I like clothes that I can wear every day, but feel like a fairy princess. That's my goal. So, I want to feel like a fairy princess, but also go to Target, so... What is it? It's that other gal that does the sewing pattern reviews. Her name's totally escaping me. I was just watching her review when I was talking about the Mimi G's Know Me patterns. I was just talking about, because I was watching her review of them. Oh my god. What is her name? Oh, someone leave it in chat. I can't remember. I'll leave it in the comments too, or description bar. I do fill out the description bars, by the way, so if you're ever missing something, I've been going back after the live is done and filling out you know, a lot of the things that we talked about during the stream. Look, the pattern for stays decided that was a no. That is valid. I feel like that's a pretty, like, I don't know, they're a pretty advanced thing. And I feel like it's more just they're tedious more than anything, because you have to sew 1,000 boning channels. I am going to be making sort of like a bodice type, like a history boundy type bodice thing, but I think that's as far as I'm going to go for a bit. Will do it though. I did buy the pattern from Red Threaded when she had a sale. I bought her 18th century stays pattern from Red Threaded. Mostly because I was influenced. I think it was Rare Device on Instagram. She had made a set. And I was like, damn it. Okay. Wasn't that expensive. I bought it on sale. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do that one time. I might have to starch my linen and make one. AVG is awesome, but her stuff looks complicated. I actually don't think her stuff is that complicated. She does add a lot of like pocket detailing and that sort of thing, but it is actually pretty straightforward sewing for the most part. She does definitely go towards more of a beginner audience, so I think she's got it down. And I think a lot of it too is like she's very curvy, so a lot of her stuff is more figure hugging. Again, we barred with the machine gods. Apparently our bartering is over this evening. We're not... You'll get there, people. It's just practice. Sewing straight lines over and over again. You'll get there. I know it's frustrating when you're not there yet. That's why sewing line stuff sometimes is nice, because you can't really tell when your seams are that off. So that's seam number 1 that is down of the bodice. Like so. Like so. So it's exciting. So we're going to keep rolling. I wasn't thinking of Costuming Drama, but she's also awesome. I do watch her too. She's really great. She like answers her comments and stuff. So I do follow her though. Machine, I hear you arguing with me. Why are you arguing with me? Machine might have to go in for service. This is a bad time for you to go into service. You just need to hold off for another month or so. Come on. It's like I want my yearly service now. Seems fine. Well, maybe not. Weird. You seem fine. Yeah? We're good, and we still got half a bobbin left. Don't complain. You're a good machine. Good machine. Stack of paper you've been sewing on for practice. Yeah, that's not a bad plan. Helps with tension and stuff. I would try and sew, like, generally I have a bunch of scraps kicking around like this where I just, like, fold them in half. That'll give you, like, a good idea. Even if you want to sew, like, my Nana used to give me scraps or old rags. You know, sew rags together. Maybe oil. Yeah, I did give it a little bit earlier, but maybe I need to take it apart again and re-oil it. I cleaned out all the bits and oiled it and still arguing. It's like, come on, machine. This is the point at which I ask you guys to like the video, and maybe we can get Janome to sponsor me with a new machine. Kidding, but seriously. I have to do the YouTube thing. If you're enjoying the stream so far, please like the video. It would really help me out. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you guys too, do check that you're still subscribed. I had a weird glitch where I think I lost 30 subscribers in one day, which was annoying. I don't think people just, like, en masse were like, I don't like you anymore, and, like, subscribed. There was some sort of, they had mentioned it on one of my YouTube things too, so there was some sort of issue where, so do check that you're also subscribed. I'm not just saying that, but, like, if you want to be subscribed and you aren't, like, just double check, because it's very, it was very distressing to me to think that, like, 30 people just, like, got, like, kicked off my stream. I'm like, I'm just not that big, guys. Like, don't do that to me. Like, there was some sort of glitch and people were, like, talking about their analytics and stuff that I wasn't the only one affected for sure, but so do, like, make sure that if you're like, I haven't heard from this person in a while, like, go double check that you're still subscribed. Because there was some sort of, like, mass YouTube issue here, like, what was it, like a little over a week ago? Yeah, Psycho Cat, yeah, after I cut my pieces, I always use the scraps to practice and test the tension. Yeah, I always have, pretty much, like, I always keep a scrap of whatever I'm working on to do that. That's just, like, kind of good practice, even if you've been doing this for a long time. That is definitely the best way to do it. Oh. Psycho Cat. Have any of you seen the 70s British documentary about sewing machines? So funny and informative. No, I haven't. You'll have to pop a... Yeah, you'll have to let me know. That was, like, I've been well, okay, so I'm just really sad that they took the Repair Shop off of Netflix. I'm, like, that they're not going to be making anymore. I'm really sad. That was, like, my guilty pleasure thing. Secret Life of the Sewing Machine. Oh, I'll have to find it. See if I can find it on YouTube. I love watching stuff like that. Like I say, I was like, the Repair Shop, I was like, I love this show so much. Why do you have to cancel it? Should I sew? Yeah, let's just sew the lining on in brown. I don't think you'll notice. Oh, I didn't sew the darts in these guys. Okay, I guess we're sewing some darts, guys. Sorry. Should have done that. Off camera. Yeah, see if you can post the link, PsychoCat. I'll leave a... I'll keep an eye out. Sometimes it blocks them, but... It doesn't seem to block the girls, but it'll block the link for some reason. It's very annoying. Giant human demo of how they work, and it's brilliant. That sounds hilarious. With British accents from the 70s. That'd be great. Maybe I should switch to white. Should I be good and switch to white, guys? Maybe. Oh god. Then we can do our top stitching like half white, half brown around the bodice. That'll be good. It's the channel Tim Hunkin. Okay, I'll have to look it up after. I'll see if I can leave the link. I'll leave the link down in the description bar after the stream if I can find it. Do I not have... Oh, jeez. I thought I had sewn these guys. Sorry. You get to see me sew some darts, though. It's like every time I think I'm prepared. But again, we're just trying to get a little bit better at this every time. It's the goal. And I feel like I'm getting slightly better. I don't know. You guys that have been sticking around, let me know. Oh, the Grammys are on tonight. Oh, I totally forgot about that. It's probably why there's a little less people on this evening. I was like, why are there so many few people on my stream? But yeah, that would make sense if the Grammys are on. I totally forgot about that. I was sort of half watching the James Corden thing. They had of all the skits of all the carpool karaoke's with all the Grammy nominees. Although, I don't know, do we still like James Corden after the whole, like, throwing a fit in a restaurant bit? I don't know. I don't know where we stand on James Corden these days, but... After the animated horror that was Cats, I mean, I don't know. Can we... Alright. Let's not get my own hair stuck in there. Alright, dart time. Dart time. Okay. Turn this down. So I always turn down my stitch length to a little bit smaller. And then a lot of times they'll tell you just to go smaller towards the end of the dart. I just do the whole thing smaller, and then I just sew right off the end. So we're going to go ahead and do that, even though I pinned both of these the wrong direction, I think. Yes, I did. It's fine. It's like machine. We have a bond, right? I love the sound of bobbin rewinding. Well, that's good. Oh, James Corden. He's just one of the late night hosts here in the US, although he's British, I think, so. He does this series called Carpool Karaoke. Speaking of YouTube throwbacks. The days of old YouTube. They used to do really well with the clips of those on YouTube back in the day. I know, it's just funny to think, like, YouTube's changed a lot in the last 10 years. It's like I never would have been dreamed I was doing this on YouTube then, you know? Alright, and I just hand tied off the end of my dart there, if you were wondering what I was doing. So that you don't get that ugly lump and bump there at the end. Even though it is the lining, I'm still being good. Speaking of sound, how's the music today? I turned it up just a smidgen. Just because it felt a little... Depended on what headphones I was listening on, how the music was, so... Let me know how the background atmosphere is. I just think it's nice, you know, when I'm in between, I'm like, Ashley's brain is thinking. Yeah, so all I do here, just if you've never seen me sew a dart before, just untwist them a little bit. So you want to like leave yourself like a decent bit of tail here just to tie it off. So I sewed right off the edge of where that marker is there. You'd see really clearly on this white where my blue mark is. That's just a water soluble marker, so that'll totally wash out first time it goes through the laundry. Or you can just like spray it too if you want, like if you've got something that isn't going through the wash necessarily. And I just like tie a knot. You don't want to tie it like tight. You don't want to like pull it hard. Don't hear any music on my channel. There should be a little bit, but weird. Let me just double check that it's going. Looks like it's going. It's not very high though. Maybe I'll turn it up more. Depends on what you're listening on, like if you've got full headphones on or not. I think if you're watching without headphones, there won't be that much background music, but... Alright. So, and generally for me too, I do my like side darts. Well, if it's got side darts. If it's got side darts, I do my side darts first before I do my up and down darts. I know you can technically do both at the same time, but because my darts are so large, it's kind of annoying. So I'll do... So that's just both of the side darts done there. So for these darts, I actually traced out the line. Can you see? Yeah. I just traced out the line of where my stitching line should be to get this really precise on these ones. Because this bit for the bodice really does need to be pretty bang on. Oh, so if you're just joining us in the chat, please say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you're working on. If you're like lurking, that's totally fine too. Just sewing the darts to be able to construct the bodice. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. I try and make it... I haven't gotten into doing captions yet for... I know if you're hearing impaired. So I don't know how the auto captions are, really. I haven't really gotten into doing that. I can barely get my videos out, but... So I hope you're still having an okay time hearing me. Just like otherwise. And hit the like, thank you. Yes, please do. Please do if you haven't. I appreciate it always. Really does truly help, you know, when I don't know, it seems when people like more people will see the videos in general more, so it is super helpful. Like, even just like if you're on someone else's channel too, it's the same deal. It seems to matter more than most things, to be honest. So if you really want to support someone, always hit that like button. And it's like, you hate being that person being like the thing, but it's like the only way for the thing to get seen. Otherwise the algorithm doesn't know that you like things. So it's very annoying. Yeah, so when I'm doing this, you know, the nice part is because I have these lines marked, I can just poke through one side with my pin and the other side with my pin so that I can get it all lined up perfectly, which is the goal. I didn't trace this one totally right, but I'm going with it. Yes, YouTube's captions are awful. So a lot of people pay people to do their captioning for them. I have not gotten there, obviously. But maybe one day we will get there. Okay, cool. I'm glad you can hear me okay. I try and speak clearly. I have a decent mic. So trying to have it so that at least it's clear for most people. Arg. But yeah, I'd like to get to a point where I can do some hearing impaired captions. I think if I can improve my editing, this month has been a learning curve. I got my family pitched in to get me a camera for Christmas. And I got new like microphone and stuff with that, so that was really exciting. But I am just actually learning how to operate the thing. So that's been a whole learning curve in and of itself. Along with, yeah, I had to get a new, like, I got a lav mic for it, and I got, so all that's been, and then I've been trying to learn a new editing software to hopefully improve the editing a little bit. So it's just been a whole lot all at once. I did cave and use my old editing software for this last video, but So for this, or the one that should be hopefully coming out next week. I'm sorry I didn't get it out this week. I was really hoping I'd be able to, but with the winter storm and everything, it was like a whole thing. But yeah, so it's been quite the learning curve, but I've been doing my best. And I got both of these actually pinned the correct way. So that's exciting. So you can see I've got one pinned like one way. Can you see? One pinned one way, one pinned the other way. So that hopefully, you know, so that I can sew them both the correct way on the sewing machine with the pins out. I hopefully don't have to run over as many pins anyway. I know I'm bad about it. But Harry Styles is wearing a bling drip bodysuit. Odd to see that on the guy. I think that's his whole stick, isn't it, Harry Styles? He like wears like, it's like they don't think 70s like glam stuff ever existed. Like he's been wearing like bodysuits, and he came out with a nail polish line. Which, like, I love nail polish, but it was really boring nail polish. I gotta say, it was like a pearl pink and a red. And I'm like, me and my indie nail polish. But, I have also been linking my nail polish colors down below, too. So that's been kind of fun. Because I really like... Nail polish is one of those things that I collect and love, so... But anyway, he came out with a nail polish line. He always wears pearls. It's like a whole... It's like part of the whole thing with him, I think. So... He looks like a disco ball. Yeah, I think he wore one of those on another one, too. There was this whole controversy because they were comparing his bodysuit and Sam Smith's bodysuit. It was like a whole thing. I'll have to watch after. I don't know. I haven't watched the Grammys in ages, I don't think, to be honest. It's like, it sounds bad, but I barely know who anyone is anymore. Although the best was my fiance saying, "What is a Doja Cat?" and having a... We talked that out. That was funny. It's like... Have you heard the song "Bee, I'm a Cow"? It was great. So then we played that in the car. It was most fun. So now it's like been this running joke about Doja Cat. Who else is performing tonight? I think it was Lizzo and someone else. Can't remember. Psycho Cat, laugh my ass off. Yeah. Not expecting singing. Yeah, he was part of like One Direction. He was part of one of those boy bands. English boy band. I think he was like, I don't know. I want to say they were like put together by Simon Cowell originally. I actually kind of like some of his new music. My fiance teases me, but I do actually like some of his newer music. It's actually pretty decent. That like whole album that has like Watermelon Sugar on it. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. I was sort of surprised. I listened to it. It's not bad. Because he did, what is that? It's called Tiny Desk Concerts, here on YouTube. It's one of the, they have a bunch of different artists, like rotating artists, and they basically play acoustic in the office, and they're really good. But anyway, he played a tiny desk of Watermelon Sugar, and it was actually like awesome. So I would highly recommend those if you're looking for something to watch. Alright, okay, yeah, I need to do that. Let me press these darts, then we'll attach the other bit together, and then hopefully we can finish constructing the bodice. Paying more attention to me. Hey, don't feel bad if you're not. I'm totally okay. I just appreciate you guys being here in general, always. You know, these have been kind of fun, so I really appreciate it. Did I press? Which way did I press? So one thing too, if you're doing a lining, is often I'll press one dart one way and one dart the other way just to kind of reduce the bulk. So this one I did actually press down, which normally I don't do. I normally press them up, which is like the Cashmerette method. Hi Kimberly! Thanks for saying hi, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, if you're just joining us, thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you're working on. Yeah, you like Lizzo? Yeah, I really like Lizzo a lot. I mean, I feel like that's stereotypical, but I do really like Lizzo. She's like classically trained, and so she actually is pretty... She seems very savvy too, which I think I like really appreciate. Oh, what am I doing? I just said I was pressing this the other way, didn't I? Yes. So I'm going to press this up so that I don't have too much bulk. So I'll have one dart going up, one dart going down, so I don't have as much bulk in my dart leg happening. But yeah, I really kind of like Lizzo. I don't know. It's like sort of like Missy Elliott for the new age. I just we have one of those VR rigs, and I got the whole Lizzo pack for that, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. You know, it's good. Kind of get some exercise, dance out to some VR, dance out to some Lizzo on VR. As you do this, like like on with the VR rig, it's really quite fun. Oh, you just got your power restored after the ice storm, and you're feeling so good. Oh, I'm so glad you got your power restored. I haven't really heard how everybody's doing. We got really lucky and we didn't lose power because we're on one of the same grids as a fire station here. But I had no internet for most of the day, so I was really concerned that the stream wasn't going to happen. But yeah, we were really lucky that we had power the whole time. Okay, so I did press my darts out. Why did I do that? Fine, we'll roll with it. I pressed them out. Okay. Press these towards the middle. Should I flip those? Yeah, but it was really weird driving around earlier. It's like power out, power not out, power out, power not out, like all the way across town. It was very odd how the power went out, but did get some really cool photos for the next video, so that's really exciting. If that doesn't matter at all to anything, but was really fun. We had fun like walking around looking at all the ice. Oh, hi Danny. Yeah, feel bad saying the snow is melting here. Hope everyone's okay. Yeah, this ice is totally gone here today. Pretty much melted like afternoon on Thursday. I'd say it was pretty much gone. But it's more just all the damage because it was probably about a 1/4 inch thick on the trees. So a lot of trees got snapped, and there's a lot of trees down all over everywhere. And so what happened was the trees kicked over a lot of power lines because they were like totally encased in ice. When you guys see the next video, I've got some, like I say, I've got some photos in the next video of it, but they were all encased in ice. So a lot of the trees just like broke under the weight, and then they broke onto the power lines. So it was a whole thing. Oh, cool. Kimberly says, I'm working on the closet case LED dress. Fits really well, except I should have shortened the bodice as per my usual adjustments. Yeah, I always have to shorten the bodice too. I get that one. Sometimes you can get away with like just lopping a little bit off if it's not like too bad. Like, I don't know how much you've got to shorten it. I mean, obviously it's preferable to take it like to shorten it halfway through the bodice, but you know, in a pinch, if you've already got it made up in fabric. So I'm just having to cut these off because I'm flipping the dart the other way. Alright, good to go. So there's our lining. Woo! Okay. Now I need to go back and try and salvage it by taking up at the shoulder seams. Yeah, you could do that too if you've got enough room. Does it have sleeves? Wait, the Zelody... Oh, yeah. Because it's got a grown-on sleeve, right? Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. I feel like you've probably got enough room in there. Closet core usually has lots of ease. Trevor Noah is hosting. The Grammys? Really? Huh, that's cool. I do like Trevor Noah. I don't end up watching him that, like, his whole thing that often, but... You like closet core patterns? Just finished the Mitchell trousers. Yeah, I looked at those. I looked at those. I think what I will see, I don't want to promise anything, but I do really want to do the, what is it called? I did buy it. I bought the Stevie dress, blouse and dress. So that one might be the next live stream. We'll see. We'll see if we get that far. I might have a special treat though for next live stream, this very next live stream. But the next project might be, like I say, I don't want to promise yet, but the next project might be the, we'll see. I gotta look at my schedule. I have a very special treat though. If you're on the stream right now and you're hearing this, you will want to be on the stream next Sunday. I will hopefully be having a special guest if she's still here in the chat. We're just working things out, but hopefully I will be having a very special guest for the chat next week who is much bigger than I. So we will see. Which I'm sure if you follow me, you'll follow her. So, yes. So you'll want to be on. You'll want to be on the stream next week. So that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. So you won't just be listening to me bitching about things. Special guest. Yes, there's a special guest next week. So we might have a big chat next week. We'll see. We will see. We are working things out. We'll see if we can make it work. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a very special guest for Sunday Sewing Circle next week. That's my goal. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. But yes, that Closet Core one is on the list. So the Closet Core Stevie, because I really want to make it. I love the styling of it. I want to make both the blouse and the dress. So I will need to do a full bust adjustment though. So I've got to send it off to the printer and see if I can get it back in time from the printer and do the bust adjustment. So what's the date and time? Date and time is same time, same station. So it'll be 7 p.m. 7 p.m. here on YouTube next Sunday. Like I stream every Sunday, so that's the plan anyway. So far. Like I say, I don't want to promise yet because we're getting it confirmed, but I will be excited. Barring technical difficulties. I feel even afraid saying that, but yeah, so we'll probably have a big stream next week. So hopefully, I'm thinking I might bring, well, we'll see if I might get some other guests too. I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but I've been talking to some other people too about maybe having some other guests on the stream. So the Nyx dress. Yeah, the Nyx dress, not the Stevie dress. Nyx dress. Named after Stevie Nicks. Right. Okay, that's why I was getting Stevie dress. Yes, it's the Nyx dress. Named after Stevie Nicks. And I really love it. Because I love 60s, 70s stuff. Contrary to a lot of the sewing. I don't know. I do a lot of earlier patterns for sewing, but 70s styling is my favorite, so. So that one's on the list for sure. I really want to do that one. Yeah, because I was debating between that one and the Love Notions Rhapsody. I do want to do that one too. I'll probably end up doing both eventually, but I am Central Time here. So 7 p.m. Central Time on Sundays is when I've been going live. So whenever you are on that, Eastern Time would be an hour ahead. So it'd be 8 Eastern, I think. Saying that right. Yeah, I work for a national company, and so I always struggle with this. I get people in California and different people I work for at my day job all the time. I'm always like time zones. I'm always doing time zones. Love the way she dressed. Stevie Nicks, like, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really cool concept. I love the pattern. You should definitely go have a look at it. This Nyx dress. I'm like, I could see so many riffs off of it. It's like, feels very, like, trendy now, but also retro, and I really like that. I haven't been making a lot of Closet Core patterns just because she... I've made a couple. I've made the... Well, no, I've only made one. I've made this yellow top. And that was sort of a fail. Bit of a fail. but she drafts for a pair. Like she specifically says that she drafts for a pair, which I am not a pair, so I haven't made a ton of her patterns. But I've helped a friend of mine that was learning how to sew use her course that she has from Closet Core, so so I feel like I've made a lot of them. I've sort of made a lot of them by proxy, let's put it that way. Because I helped her with the Pietra shorts and her Pietra pants and a few of the other things. So, this yellow skirt, like she has a course that includes all the Rome patterns, so I helped my friend with all those from Closet Core. I do kind of want to make the Pietra skirt, but I haven't quite decided if I want to or not, but I do really want to make this next one. Because I don't think it'll really matter that, like, because it has so much ease, I don't know if it'll matter if you're a pair or not, and I'm probably going to have to do a small shoulder adjustment anyway. Just like an arrow shoulder adjustment, so yeah, I really like the styling of it in general. I don't know. I do love that other coat she's got, but that would probably take a little bit more effort since I'm not really, like, I'm not the shape that her block is. So even though she goes into my size, you know, it's probably not my first pick, but, and it's a D cup, so I'd have to do a full bust adjustment on everything. So, but that's, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad to do a full bust adjustment on that. Nick's dress is so pretty. Somehow missed the pattern coming out. Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw it on... Where did I see it on? Maybe my friend even sent it to me. I'm not sure. I can't even remember, to be honest. Love all the gathers. Yeah. Yeah, I did too. I love that sort of gathered. Again, I love that it's like retro, but I feel like the tiered skirts are very in right now. And I love all the views. Like, I love the peplum-y view and the just straight blouse view and the dress view. Like, I don't know. I like to buy patterns where I could see myself making a lot of versions of them. So, and I was like, do I need it when I have like the Rhapsody and a lot of the other ones? But that's why I sort of hemmed and hawed a little bit. But I was like, you know what? It's like basically the style I want out of the bag, so it's probably worth fitting it if I'm gonna make like 3 versions of it. You know, I think for me that's a lot of it. It's like I want to see myself making more than one version because the fitting is such an effort. Oh, yeah, you're not a... Danny says, yeah, you're not a pair, working to make it fit me without losing the styling of the pleats. Yeah, I could see that being a... I'm like an I'm total Apple. Like, I'm like, as much as I love a lot of her patterns, like, I just don't think... Unless I really... Like, she technically makes, like, goes up to my measurements, but... It's like, do I want to... I have to, like, be in the mood to put forth the effort, you know, to getting it to fit. And that Mitchell trousers is pretty close to the ones that I want to make from Muna and Broad that I've already bought. So that's kind of why I didn't really look at that one. Even though I think they're really nice. Because I have the Glebe pants. I think... Do I have them printed? I think I might even have them printed somewhere because I got them printed a while ago when I was going to be ambitious to make pants. So, you know, might happen. Might happen. But it is on the docket. I have fabric for it. I have everything for it. Just have to buckle down and actually make pants, you know? I don't actually wear a lot of pants, to be honest. I'm definitely like a dresses and skirts person, so I keep thinking like I'm gonna make them for like if I have to go to like in the office, but I work remote now, so it's kind of got put in the back burner. And then I was like, I'm gonna make it for this last trip when I was going in, but I don't know, time just got away from me and it didn't happen. But I gotta do it. I want to do it. Have some Bangaline sitting here for it. Pretty much straight up and down, less than 2-inch difference between waist and hips. Yeah, I'm about a 4 or 5-inch difference depending on the day. But that being said, like, that's mostly probably belly, to be realistic. Like, that's not actually like hip per se. Like, if we measured my actual hips, like, per, like, Muna and Broad's measuring, I think I'm only a couple inches, so. Oh, thanks for joining us, Carol. Yeah, we are at the 15-minute mark, so if you have any questions or any burning questions or concerns, do let me know, because we're getting close to the end here for the evening. Also avoid zippers, so pants are like a double scary project. Yeah, that's... So this Muna and Broad pair that I'm talking about with these glebes, they have an elastic back, which is my preferred for most things, just because my waist fluctuates. I also just think it's nice, because it's like you make a thing and then you know it's going to fit, you know, for a while, even if you, like, lose a few or gain a few, you know. I really like having the elastic back, so... You can also just, like, take out back pleat, like, leave the back pleats out, and just, like, if you've got your Mitchell trousers already fit, you can take out the back pleats and just, have an elastic back. I've done that a lot on different things. But yeah, let me know if those glebes are something you'd like to see, too. I feel like that could be another good thing to make on, live, just to shake it up a bit. Half circle in back and straight in front. That's why it fits so well. Yeah, I think you could still do that. I wonder if it's totally straight or not. You might find, like, laying it flat helps. See if you can see what the construction's like. That's another thing I'll do a lot, is leave the back. Good, my webcam's not fogging up. It did that last week when I accidentally shot a soda steam in the direction of the webcam. What was I gonna say? Oh, went totally out of my head. With the next pattern, that's closet core patterns that I was talking about with the next pattern. Love to see me make the glebe pants. Okay, well, see, now I've got more positive reinforcement on that front. Do you like the flat front option? Yeah, that's the option I was going to make, the flat front with the elastic back. I might make an all the way elastic pair for, like, pajamas or something, or maybe some summer shorts, but I like a flat front elastic back. That's nice. I just think it looks a little bit sleeker, and, like, I feel like most of the time, I don't know, I like blousey tops, so I feel like with a blousey top, you can't even really see that it's got elastic in the back that way, so it just looks really sleek. Alright, so the way we set this up is just right side to right side, if you haven't lined a bodice before. But I also have to sandwich the straps in here. you. It's a long strap. Might actually base these on first. Hold the phone. Yeah. Yeah, I need to base these on first. Okay, hold on. Let's base some straps on first. And I think I'm going to base them to the lining just because I have the marks on the lining really clear. And you say the back is 5" longer than the front. Is it like 5 inches? Oh, like a high-low sort of? Is that what you mean? Okay, so you can sort of see the dots, can you? On this end, so that's where the strap goes. So that's what I'm just lining this up with. Let's see, I might stay on a little bit late just so that we can finish. If you guys can stay a couple more minutes. See, it's 8:53. We'll see. We'd probably be close anyway. So I'm just going to baste it not quite at 5/8. I think I'm probably going to baste it like a half just so that it doesn't get caught. Let's turn this down here to a basting stitch. Oop, hit the needle that time. Want to make sure the long straps are going for the tying strap part and not the shorter shoulder straps here. I'm gonna post see if I can do it when I can do it, but I want to post a short too of this when this is all finished so you guys can see. It'll probably be a little bit, but just because it will have to hang for a bit, as the aforementioned hanging for a bit, losing all motivation for you hem it part. So I have to go through that whole cycle because it will need to hang because it is like a probably a half circle skirt. But oh, it's the language of the Black Panther. That clicking language? I didn't realize that. I don't know if you get, like... African language. Okay. So one of the things I like to do when I'm working with big straps like this, it's like when you get like this, it starts to get kind of unwieldy. So, and this is the right side, of course, of the lining. So all I'm gonna do is just give this a fold. Maybe like that. Keep it out of the way. So that it doesn't get sewn into... So the risk is with something like this is that you'll just be going along and sew it into your actual, like somewhere where it's not supposed to be sewn into. So I'll usually just pin it out of the way into the garment so it doesn't get caught in anything. It's a little bit rough because this is so long. I wanted to keep the straps extra long for tying. Oh, it's a Lane Bryant dress, high-low. It's constructed in a way that allows for a larger backside. Yeah, okay. So that's just a matter of hemming. So when you're done your garment, like I have no butt, so I don't usually worry about it. But when you go to hem something, you can have someone else help you hem, and that'll make it slightly longer in the back. And it'll be straight when you wear it. So that's just a matter of like hemming with the garment on your body, or if you have a dress form that has a equally ample backside. So, but yeah, it is nice to have a friend to hem. I don't usually bother for like everyday garments, but if it's like a special occasion garment, I will. But I have no butt, so mine are usually, like if anything, I need it to be slightly longer in the front, because I have more of a, have my apple belly to contend with. Oh, would you consider a sewing room tour? Organization tips for a small space, etc. Yeah, I would. My space is sort of a disaster. It's pretty organized though for being a small space. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, I would kind of love to do that. You can kind of see some of my organization behind me here, because these are actually these are actually all my patterns here behind me. So you can kind of see that these are like acid-free envelopes. I got the idea from this gal called So Natural Dane here on YouTube. She stores her patterns sort of like this, although I got, these are metal things from IKEA. So that's just how I like to have them. And then I have some of my old big paper ones behind me here. But I pretty much switched to getting my stuff printed on tissue, so. Store-bought skirts are always shorter in the back. Booty elevates the fabric. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of sewing your own, too. You can definitely have someone help you hem. I've wanted to get my hands on one of those hemming. They're like a really old school. There's a hemming tool that you can buy that'll help you do your own hem. I have seen some modern equivalents, but it's basically like a stick that'll help you put chalk along where your hem is. I've been sort of on the lookout for one. I haven't been able to get my hands on one, but sewing area is about 18 inches. Yeah, I feel that. This is technically a walk-in closet that you guys see me film from, so, you know, we make do. Make do with what we have, for sure. Is that the right way? No. So, this strap is slightly angled. It's got a bit of an angle on the end. This is for the shoulder strap. So it's going to angle towards the middle because the straps are crossed in the back. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go a little late tonight if you guys will bear with me here. I just feel like I want to get this done. Kittenish Behavior calls it a puffy hem tool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have watched a little bit of Kittenish Behavior. I haven't watched her in a long time, but I think probably because she makes, I don't know, I'm always sort of sad because she makes a lot of big four, and traditionally most of the patterns she makes don't actually fit me, so I did make my first order to Minerva, though, this week, which was very exciting. Which is the one that she always orders from in the UK, like for fabric. And I have ordered some of the Lady McElroy, which is the beautiful florals that she uses. So I was tempted. I put in a very small order, but I wanted to try it anyways. So I'm looking forward to getting that in. Just because I wanted this one particular special chunk of fabric. But I'm excited to try a new fabric place. It's sort of, they're at least a little bit larger. I've been dealing with the demise of fabric.com, so getting like specialty stuff like lining. Because I have a lot of my other regular fabric colored. It's just like when I need something specific, like I need half a yard of power mesh or, you know, half a yard of rayon spandex lining. Like, it's nice to have a resource for that, so I thought I'd try them out. But, yeah, so I'm excited about that. It's like cracking into the world of expensive cotton lawn is going to be dangerous. I already bought that Liberty of London fabric that I showed off last time. It's like you can't grow expensive taste, Ashley. It's a problem. It's great for hemming alone. I tried to teach my husband and that did not work. Yeah, I know what you mean. My fiance is wonderful. He helped me put in the straps this last time, but I think even that nearly broke us, so. Oh, James Corden's on now. I get to see who that is, yeah. Oh, you got the floral snake? Okay, so that's the one I ordered, Kimberly. Floral snakes and bugs one. That's the one I ordered. I ordered the buttermilk because it was on sale finally. So I'm very excited about it. I ordered enough for said Nick's blouse. So I'm very excited about it. Oh yeah, I gotta base this. Let me base this and then we'll attach this. But yeah, I'm very excited about my bug Lady McElroy with the snakes. I don't know, I just loved it. I thought about getting enough for a full dress, but I thought that might be a bit much with the snakes. I don't know. But it'll go really beautiful with the green skirt that I made on the other, that we started off doing on the live stream here. So I'm excited. Oh, I'm glad you, Kimberly says, oh my god, that'll make a stunning Nick's blouse. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad you approve of my life choices. Yeah, I have some linen too. I have some IL-20, which is the lighter weight from Fabric Dash Store, their handkerchief weight, that I might make as my first one, but just so that I'm not wasting my very expensive Lady McElroy off the bat, but that is the plan, so I'm excited about that. And I'm curious to try. I ordered some beautiful batik too for a vintage project that I'm very excited about. So, yeah, it should be great. Very excited. Get to finally try some of Kittenish Behavior's beautiful florals. I've always been envious of them, so we'll just do it. We'll just bite the bullet. It's expensive taste here, yeah, I guess. Speaking of patterns, they for some reason decided to join the chat. Probably move those, put those somewhere else. Beyonce's won the most Grammys of all time. Yeah, that's somehow not shocking. I thought she already broke that record. I haven't really listened to any of her new music, Beyonce. I haven't listened to any of your music in a while. Dancing to Lizzo. Although, isn't ABBA up for a Grammy tonight? Which I thought was really funny. ABBA's up for a Grammy. It's like, what year is it? ABBA's up for a Grammy and I'm making a blouse inspired by Stevie Nicks. It's fine. So all I'm doing is I'm lining up my front to my back, right side together, with my straps sandwiched in between here. And I'm leaving them pinned on the front so that they don't get in the way. Just going to make sure I'm lining up my seams. For seams like this, where I'm sandwiching them, I'll often pin like one side and then the other side just to hold them down. I know you can get like those fork pins, those fork seam pins too, but I've never had that much luck with those. So I'll usually just kind of sandwich it, do it like that. God, then her parents, then her kids. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it's good having that interfacing in there. You can see the lining's already stretched a little bit as compared to the, because you've got this bias, a little bit of a bias going on here at the top. You like yeah, who doesn't like ABBA? If you don't like ABBA, something's seriously wrong with you. And not in a like I'm too cool for ABBA kind of way, but like in a like you genuinely don't like ABBA. I think something's wrong with you. Something's wrong. Let's see here. So I'm hoping, yeah, I'll probably make a short to show the finished product. This is probably as far I'm just gonna finish off tonight because we're already like over time by like 10 minutes here. So I'm going to finish putting together the bodice here, which I am basically pinning for right now. And then I think I'm gonna call it a night, and then I'll just show you guys the finished product. The finished product in a short, because this will have to sit, like I said, for it to hem, before I hem it, because it's a circle skirt, so it's gonna have to sit for a hot minute. But yeah, so all I have to do is put the bodice together with the skirt, and then it's done basically, and then the hemming. So you guys have basically been able to see the whole thing, which is awesome. And then we'll be starting on a new project probably after next week. Like I say, all going well. If all goes well, we have our special guest next week. So then we'll start on a new project after that. So... but yeah, do let me know if there's anything particular you would love to see on a live stream, because, or like, you know, because I think part of these too is I'm trying to have some replay value of if you're stuck on a pattern, that it'd be helpful to basically see a live sew along. So let me know if there's anything particular you'd really want to see. Hangs overnight, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you've got a circle skirt, you want to let it hang for at least 24 hours. I usually try and let mine hang for a couple of days, especially in like linen like this that I'm working with right now is loosely woven. And the more loosely woven, the longer you should kind of let it hang. But the point of letting it hang is everywhere that's on the bias will stretch and become longer, and everywhere that's on the straighter grain won't. And so what you'll end up is basically with like a shark bite hem if you don't let it hang first. So I'll let it hang and then you trim it. You trim it up afterward, and that allows you to actually have a straight hem. So Rex for where to buy affordable lightweight midweight linen. So this linen is from fabric-store.com, which is really quite affordable for a lot of different colored linen. This is the midweight, which is their sort of standard, they call it IL-19 weight. They make a handkerchief weight that's also really nice. That's the IL-20. Let's see, I have another piece within reach here. This is the IL-20, the slightly lighter handkerchief weight. So you kind of see the difference right away there between the two, like the midweight and the lightweight. I will warn you, their website's a little like markety. I think it's run by Eastern Europe, which is where, of course, linen is actually grown, so that makes sense. Grown and made. But so they're advertising something to be desired, but I do really like their product. The other place that I do get a lot of linen is my favorite fabric store, which is Fabric Mart. They also carry a lot of linen standard that's more like colors or like yarn dyed. Like they have this beautiful linen chambray. So that's, I do some of that on the docket as well. No, can't really pull it out right now. It's behind all the camera stuff, but they have some beautiful like yarn dyed, more interesting stuff that you can get on a really good sale if you catch them on a sale. So, but they're my favorite fabric store overall, like because they have linen or cotton or anything. They have some really good sales. They do a lot of dead stock, so you can get a lot of, you know, fabrics I probably wouldn't normally be able to afford. Like I say, I got that Liberty one here the other week from them that I never would have been able to afford otherwise. So yeah, those are kind of my two recommendations. Probably who I spend the most money with too, just to be being real. Just thought it was procedure, didn't know there was a reason for it. Yeah, no, it's important to do. They're not just doing it for shits to have you make you hang it for 24 hours. It's to actually get an even hem. I realized I was pinning the wrong way, so just gonna check my phone here. I wonder if that's Adam from the other room. Nothing important. Okay, cool. Just want to be done, guys. Thank you for sticking with me, though. I know we're like 15 minutes over at this point, but I see that most of you guys are still on, so that's cool. I appreciate it. Just trying to get done. I will top stitch this too, probably. I mean, you've seen me do a lot of top stitching tonight, but I will probably top stitch this too once I flip this inside out. But yeah, it's the same reason too that you cut, when you cut fabric out for garments, that you have to cut them on the grain line, like the straight of grain, like up down, or like the cross grain, like left to right, and you don't want them cut diagonally unless you're gonna like reinforce them, is because anything on the diagonal or the bias will stretch, which is good. Like sometimes you use that to your advantage, like if you do like a bias facing, you use that bias to stretch around curves and you use it to your advantage. But it's very, very important to understand how bias works and affects stuff, because it'll give you a way nicer result. If you cut stuff not on grain, you might have a shirt that'll hang crooked or hang sideways. All right. Whew. How am I going to do this here? This is the very front where that V-neck is. I forgot I didn't cut it out of the chocolate. I only cut it out of the lining here. You guys see that? Yeah, so I'm just going to pin that lightly down. So I'm just going to follow that line to make my V-neck. And this is my own hack to the pattern. It did have a square neck to begin with, but the inspiration image that I have that's on the thumbnail has a V-neck that I saw on Pinterest, and I was like, ooh, V-neck. Because I honestly much prefer a V-neck on me. I don't know. One more bone channel for me and off to bed. Awesome, Psycho Cat. Good for you. I'm glad you're finding this fun. I'm glad. Thank you for sewing with me tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are having fun. I thought this would be fun anyway. Small group of us tonight, but hey, the Grammys are on. I don't know if I can compete with the Grammys, but... Okay, so I've got all of it pinned all the way along here. So I'll sew this final line. Then you guys will get an idea. And then we'll call it a night. So we're already like 20 minutes over here. I was really hoping I would get all the way through tonight, but we got close. We got close in the 2 hours. It's funny, when I was originally planning these streams, I was gonna like cut them off at like an hour, and I'm like, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Alright. So I have that strap sandwiched in there. So I'm gonna just, and make sure I take it off of a basting stitch, otherwise I'm gonna cry. But I'm gonna follow exactly the line of my... Did I not put any pins in the end? Hold on. I'm getting tired too. Alright, there we go. We're sewing this at 5/8 because I'm not doing any sort of fancy French seams if it's lined. Final seam, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Bit of a nick here. Getting stabbed. here we get to the tricky part here. Trying to follow my blue line exactly and ignoring the outside here so I get this exactly bang on. Stuck on a pin. Needs to go up one. Oh, thanks Cindy, thanks for being a part of it. I do really appreciate it. And yes, I'll post some. Sorry I ran late. I'll definitely post some pictures though so we can see it all done up. Like I say, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Slow down, yeah. Yeah, I kind of went too fast there for a minute. I think we're good. The edge of the strap, right? Good night, Psycho Cat. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Ooh. Speaking of messing up on the final stitches here, have my foot down for a second. Alright, now we're gonna get back into smooth sailing here. Stuck to my body. Hi, Psycho Cat. Yes, I'll check out the Secret Life of the Sewing Machine. That does sound really awesome. Stuck to me again. Last seam. Last seam. So many pins. Nope. Bit of a bubble here. Just from where that strap is underneath. Here. Spin, flip and spin. So I will talk to you as we're signing off here. Thank you guys so much for watching, spending tonight with me. I know I went a little over time today by like a whole half an hour. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really enjoyed tonight. I hope you guys did too. Let me know if there is anything particular you would like to see project-wise or otherwise. I'm happy to basically do whatever that would be helpful. Because I'm, you know, trying to make this fun and also helpful and educational and all those good things. So, let me just double check here. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, good. I'm still in interface territory. Alright. Should I clip this? Alright. So you guys can just get a general idea at least. That leaves us with, I have to clip those, but just to give you guys an idea, I have to do a little bit more work on it still, but you can kind of see how this is going to be when it's all finished. Something like that. So you can see the strap there on the whole side. Kind of see it coming together. Fully lined bodice. Whoop whoop. Alright. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for letting me go over time. I will see you guys next Sunday with hopefully a very special surprise. Otherwise, it'll be a great new project. And again, thank you so much for staying part for all the time. So, thanks so much, guys.